Jared Perkins, a Prospects Live podcast for everything MLB Draft related. Join us as we discuss the biggest stories from college and high school baseball, bring you interviews from your favorite draft prospects and college coaches, and break down live looks at Prospects Live analysis across the nation. Get ready, because you're on a clock with Tyler Jennings and Jared Perkins.
Alrighty, welcome to another episode of On the Clock, the Amateur Baseball and MLB Draft podcast, brought to you by Jaw Bats. Jaw Bats provides the highest quality ash, maple, handcrafted, fully custom bats, apparel, accessories, and more. Click the link in our bio below and enter the code OTC10 at checkout to get a 10% discount. All right, I'm Jared. That's Tyler. We got another awesome guest with us today. We got Luke Hill out of Ole Miss. Luke, how are you doing today, man?
Doing great, guys. How are y'all? I appreciate y'all having me on. This is pretty sweet.
Yeah, man, we're excited to have you on and talk a little bit about your journey. First question we always ask guys, just off the bat, for the viewers who don't know you, talk a little bit about your amateur journey thus far, kind of how you got you to where you are today at Ole Miss.
All right, so I'm originally born and raised Baton Rouge. Everything that I grew up in was in Baton Rouge, but my whole family's from Texas, so we're kind of like that, like I would say, like from that area. I always grew up around there, like family, always visiting Texas. Like this Thanksgiving, we went to Texas and all that. But being born and raised Baton Rouge kid, growing up, baseball and football were kind of like the two things for me. And I'm a pretty athletic kid, but I fell in love with baseball like immediately. I like to look at football as kind of just something that got me away from baseball, but I knew that baseball was the sport that I always loved to do. So I always committed to that pretty early. And I grew up, I played with like relatively like the same travel ball teams, always stuff. And I always loved growing up playing with my friends. It was the best time of my life. Like that's the stuff that keeps me playing today, to be honest with you, that like those memories and like looking forward to it. And I didn't even like think about college as a possibility until probably like high school, that my parents were like, hey, like you want to, like, are you wanting to do this in college? And I was kind of just like I didn't know like that was a possibility. So now it brings me, I went to Arizona State my freshman year and now I'm at Ole Miss, and coming to Ole Miss has been the biggest blessing ever to me. And I've loved it ever since.
I love that. Talk a little bit about being at Ole Miss now, right? Known for a competitive culture, being the SEC. So how are you kind of handling that adjustment and that transition?
I love it. This place, I truly cannot explain. I cannot express to anyone else that it's the best place on earth. Like the culture and the vibe and the commitment from the coaching staff all the way through all of the players and everyone involved in for lack of a better word, the organization it's so close knit, it's so tight, and everyone is so close, and it's awesome. Like you go in there, like the vibes are high at all time, and it makes you want to be there and want to play for Ole Miss and want to go out for the fans and just like play for them. And that's like, honestly, like that's like what you do it for. Like when we walk in, like we have these pictures of, I want to say it's like Lance Lynn, and then I forgot who else, but it's like, Drew Pomeranz. It's like, I take back nothing more than the 10,000 like behind me at Swayze Field. Like it's true. Like having those people around you and having those people support you at all times, it feels great. It's awesome to have that support cast. Yeah,
I love that. And in terms of kind of development on the field too, what was the biggest adjustment for you moving to the SEC and really playing at that level? I know you've had some success there already, but what's been the biggest adjustment for you?
Honestly, like it's your confidence has to go in. Like, look, like I grew up in Baton Rouge, like I knew it was about, and I went to Arizona State my freshman year and was fortunate enough to have a really good year. And there's good baseball out there as well. Like there's no knock to that. And the SEC is great as well. I would just say like really the biggest difference for me was just the outside. Like there's so much coverage. It feels like the SEC is just like the atmosphere, the want from the fans, the involvement with the students, the involvement with campus. I'm not saying like I walk around every day and people say, hey, what's up? But like every once in a while, like it's different. Like a fan, like let's say some guys like, hey, like I watched the baseball team, like go get them this year, like stuff like that. Like I would say like that's the biggest difference. And like, to be honest, like it's really cool. It's like, it's just like, it's humbling in a way too. Like I would say it's like, dang, like they appreciate you. It's like it makes you like want to go to the field right after and like get it, like do it for them. But I would say that's the biggest difference. I would say it's just outside. There's so much going on with it.
I love it. One other question I have before I'll turn it over to Tyler is, you kind of talked about some of the school things that you have to deal with outside of baseball. For you, on like what's a typical day for you during the season? How do you kind of balance academics, baseball, and also personal time?
All right, so for me, I'm a morning guy. Like, okay, it's gonna sound funny. I have trouble getting up in the mornings, but like I like getting my stuff done in the morning.
Yeah.
So like I'll set my alarm. I have to set my alarm like an hour before like I actually wake up. I have to just like I don't know. It's just like a mind game for me. But like I'll probably wake up in the morning and I'll just eat my breakfast like immediately. And I like to get like pregame lifts in. So like if our like gym isn't open, like I'll just go to like our local school thing, kind of just get my body moving around, do that. Like not even more so like for baseball, more so just like as a hobby. Like it's just fun. And then it also like helps baseball. So it's like, all right, well, why would you not do that? So after that, kind of just hang around the day. I'll come back home. And if let's say our start time's at like 6 o'clock, I'll probably come back home. It's around like 10:30 a.m. at this point. I'll just sit down, do homework here. Or if I need to go get study hall hours completed, I'll just go sit in study hall and do it, kind of either or. And then I'll go pick up lunch. So like me and a teammate last year, me and my teammate Fish, we went to go eat. We would get our lunch and then we come to the field, and me and Clem, our hitting coach, who's the man, BP an hour before, like team meal, everything, like every single day. Doesn't matter if you're 0 for 4, 4 for 4. Like that was my routine. And after that, we would probably have like a team meal, but I don't really eat too much just because I just ate, but I'll just go in there and like kind of just hang around just because like, why not? It's like a great time with your boys, hang around in the locker room, whatever. And then right after that, it's game time. Like there's a little bit of loose in there, like have some smiles. I have a little bit of fun, but like, yo, your job is to win. Like we have to go win this game and just lock in from there. And then it's game time. And honestly, after the game time, I love coming home to like quiet house, just chill. Like that's my personal time. Like we get off days and stuff like that, and I take advantage of those off days. Like I'll sleep in a little bit, kind of just not like go through the motions of the field, but kind of just go through that phase of like, all right, I'm gonna go take some ground balls, go hit some BP, have a little bit of fun, and just get out of there. But on those off days, like the mall doesn't. My dad hates it. So like my dad got onto me about it today, but I'll just like go around, look around the mall. It's really fun, and then just hang around the house. And just like tonight, like me and my roommates always watch Thursday night football. It's like a ritual. Like It's kind of sad that it's about ending. Like we're almost done with college football.
Yeah.
Like, that's unfortunate, but like just stuff like that, just honestly kick the feet back, just chat with the guys and just see what it's about. It's great. It's awesome. I love it.
Let's say, who plays tonight? Is it Lions, Packers?
Lions, Packers tonight.
Okay, please, Lions, win this, please.
Who's your team? You
don't ask Tyler that.
Hey. Bryce Young's turning it around. He looks good. I'm a Panthers fan.
Bryce Young looks amazing. I'm sorry.
He looks good.
I'm a Texans fan, so like.
Okay.
Thank you for.
I can. You're welcome. But the first thing I wanted to ask, Coach Bianco has been. I've heard so many good things about Coach Bianco through like USA when he coached collegiate national team a couple years ago. For your experience, was it like being with a coach like that who's been highly renowned throughout the country?
It's it's truly unbelievable. I did not. So coming in, he's the man. From every from the first handshake, I met him, I was like, he's the man. And the one thing I value the most about him is he is so honest and true to who he is and down to earth as a person. He's just awesome. So knowing that coming in, it adds a little bit of a comfort factor as a transfer coming in from across the country. Fortunate enough, I'm from the South, so I can adjust to that. But like coming in from technically halfway across the country, like it's the best feeling. Having him and his staff is just the exact same way, all of them. But I'm sorry, I just completely blanked. What were you saying?
Just like any sort of connection with Bianca.
Oh, he's okay. So I remember coming in, I was like, there's no, like, I hear all these stories about like, it's just like, it's like he just goes about his way. It's excellent. We have this thing called Rebs. So it's, the coaches are going to appreciate this one. That's the real test now. We have a test. We have to cite it out. It's Rebs. It's relentless, excellence, belief, and selfless. And it has all those are our core values. And he preaches them from the first practice to the last game of the year. And like throughout the summer, like that is like his core values, and he brings them off the field as well. And I really appreciate that. Like, you just go about your business so much better. He strives you to make you a better person. He wants you to be the best version of yourself and bring other people along with you. And it's amazing. And inside the baseball field as well, like he's hard on you as well. Like he has that loving side as well. And he cares about you as a player as well.
That's what I love about those coaches. Like there's the people that will love you, but they will also, it's like hard love.
No, like he will. I remember my second game, Hawaii last year, Saturday, there was a ball to left field and I went to go cut it. I was like screaming, like cut three, like just get it in. Like the runner's already scored. And our left fielder throws it home, like bobbles it, runner advances to second. He immediately calls time. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, dang, like, all right, like we kind of just gave up a run. Like, all right, like he's about to just go like, hey, pitcher, like let's get some strikes in there. Let's slow down, whatever. He just rolls right up to me and just starts ripping me. And I'm just like, all right, like cool, like this is awesome. Like he's gonna hold you accountable for your mistakes, but at the same time, he's not gonna like make you feel bad. Like he's gonna tell you how it is, and he's gonna tell you how to fix it as well. And it's the best. It's just, that's the only way to explain it.
No, I'm with you. I'd rather have that as a coach. I mean, I grew up playing, like, granted, I sucked at Little League, but, you know, I didn't have the coaches that would get on you and try and, like, help you. They're just trying to tell me, it's like, hey, your swing's, like, really choppy. It looks like you're trying to chop, tree down. Let's try and level it out. But it was never anything that was just, like, they would get on me or tell me, it's like, here's what you need to do. And then they'll then force me to go do it, kind of sort of thing.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
I've never had a coach like this ever, like in my life, like from this personality trait. That's not me saying I haven't had great coaches at all. I've had amazing coaches, but like this, like exact type of coach, and I've never had it. And it almost like my dad's like similar way. So like my dad's like military background. So that's, I would say, why I had a little bit of a smoother transition to it. Not like that guys struggle with it. Like, it's not like it's a bad thing, but it's like, it's different. Like it's hold you accountable, do your stuff right, but also becoming a better person while you're doing it. So
yeah. Absolutely. And did want to ask this, because I know Jared kind of touched on it earlier with the transition from Pac-12 to SEC, but your first year in the SEC, record more walks and strikeouts. You're stealing bases more. Their power is obviously not there, but what's the biggest thing that you've been working on this fall to kind of prepare yourself for the spring in 2025?
Well, you just named it right there. So the power, like for me, I look at it, it's like I have the confidence to go in every single game where I think like I'm looking at you. I don't care who it is. Like I'm gonna barrel it off. I'm gonna hit it hard. Like I don't really care what you throw me. I just have to have that confidence going in, because like if you don't, like you're just not going to. But this year, like I've been taking the time, like I hit the ball really hard, but I need to hit the ball really hard with launch, because that produces runs. And in an effective way, like I don't need to be hitting, like obviously like line drives, whatever. That's my approach. My approach is what it is. But from a results standpoint, it's like, all right, like I know my approach and I know what I'm working on, but like I also want to hit home runs. Like who doesn't? Like, and I know it's a valuable part of the game, especially being an infielder as well. Like people want you to hit, and I love to hit. And the best part about hitting is hitting the ball very far. So it's kind of one of those things. That's definitely the biggest thing I've been working on this year, and I can't wait to do it.
Yeah, no, same. And I think you guys get, what is it, Dallas first weekend too?
Yeah,
so
we
you'll
do.
be playing in a big league field.
Yeah, we get Arizona. That's a little bit of not like bad luck for me, but I just went to Arizona State for a year, so I hate that school. Then Texas. I hate Texas. I can't stand. I just don't like UT. My family's from Houston, so I'm not a UT fan.
Makes sense.
And then we got Clemson, and then Clemson's really good. So I don't have any bad blood there, but we got some three solid squads. Just 3 solid squads coming up for sure that first weekend.
Yeah. And then my last question, kind of going into like the home field advantage at Swayze, because, you know, obviously the beer shower after the home run. Is there any particular favorite thing at Swayze that stands out to you?
Okay. The easy answer is the beer showers. I'll like just seeing like the amount like last year that happened, like it was pretty sweet. Like that's just like that first experience of doing it and seeing it is unreal. But I would say another really cool thing is, especially like when it's a close game and we're hitting and like we're kind of have a little bit of momentum going. I highly recommend everyone like that ends up hearing this. It's called Love Is Gone by David Guetta. And they like do this to the beat. It's the sick. I think it's just, I get chills. Like I'm getting chills thinking about it. Right? I get chills every single time. It's sweet. And then just winning after the game, they do the whole chant and everyone gets into it. And it's awesome.
I love it. Jared, do you got any more questions before we go into
rapid
fire?
We'll go right into the rapid fire. So we do some rapid fire fun ones and put you on the clock.
All right.
First one, favorite home run you've hit so far in your career?
LSU. Back at LSU. That's my favorite one.
Was that last year?
This past year, Saturday. And okay, I'll name another one. Mississippi State, my freshman year. So both times, all of my friends went to 2 games. They went to the 2 games that I didn't hit the homers because one of my friends from home goes to Mississippi State to travel. But yeah, one of those 2 for sure.
Love it. For you, Mount Rushmore of shortstops. So this can be people you looked up to or just like who you think the best shortstops are.
Okay. Ozzie Smith, Corey Seager. He's my favorite player ever.
Love it.
I would say Cal Ripken.
Yeah.
Cal Ripken's up there. And then just honestly, like just solely off of like how well he does it and just like he wins, Jeter. Like,
yeah. Figured that was going to be the round out.
Yeah.
I love it. So if you could face one MLB starting pitcher, who would it be and why?
Well, put me on the spot. Okay. I want to face, I'm just going to shoot one. Okay, fine. Skewball. Because it's like, I see it. The competitive nature of him is like to see something like to that, like to me, I see it as like, that's a challenge to me, like embracing that much like competitive fire behind you while also having that plus of stuff. Like, I just want to experience that, like just see what it feels like to face that.
I love it. Love it. Good one. Last one is, what's the potential walk-up song for 2025?
Okay, so I'm either going to I want to do some sort of debating reggae-ish. I haven't like picked out the song for that one yet. But for last year, I did what's it called? I did Temperature at the beginning. I didn't like that. But this year, I think I might do Devil Is a Lie by Tommy Richmond.
Nice.
I think that'll probably be the one for sure.
I love it. That's awesome. Luke, we can't thank you enough for taking the time to join us on the clock. I'll be watching you this year. I'm wishing nothing but the best, man.
Yeah, this is sweet. I really appreciate you guys taking the time. This is awesome. Can't wait to see you guys.